Day 35, same clothes as day 34.
Yep.
And day 35.
Where are you? And I'm so sorry.
Day 35 starts in Wisconsin.
Yep.
In Madison. And so we wake up in the morning and we go across the street. Well, I go across the street because I have to shoot a Medicare video. I do it at the state capitol, which again, I thought was a really cool state capitol building. And then we take off to Minnesota.
Yes.
Yes. And we get into the Twin Cities there with St. Paul. And I am completely spacing on Minneapolis. My goodness. That's like the first city you learn about in Minnesota. So we get into there. The drive was relatively uneventful. However, I did notice in our drive through Minnesota, Minnesota drivers are my favorite.
They're polite.
They are polite. If there's a 2-lane road going and we were going fast, there were people who would proactively see me coming behind them and they would move out of the way before I was even close to them.
Yeah.
In a lot of these states, and I'll make a post on the worst drivers, you'll get people just camped out in the left lane, the passing lane, and they will not move over. And it's like as soon as you try to pass them on the right, they will speed up and try to like not let you pass them. It's the weirdest human psychology thing in the world of how people drive. But Minnesota was amazing.
They were good drivers.
They were very great at being courteous.
Right. Good job, Minnesota.
Great job, Minnesota. So we get into Minneapolis and we have to stop at the Mall of America. Now, you and I have been to Minnesota before to visit some family friends of ours who were living there. So we've been there so we could give the kids, we knew what our
We felt pretty good being able to be like, and here's this. Like we were educated.
We're so educated.
Came to show off. Yeah.
Mall of America was fun for the kids. They wandered around. They went on some rides. So the one is like that one that just kind of bounces them, and I feel like it would make me throw up. But we got a video of that one we can put over this. And then a couple of you went on SpongeBob.
Was it just me and Jared?
You and Jared.
Yeah. Noelle chickened out at the last minute.
Claire was too small.
Claire was too small.
Yeah.
Yeah, but me and Jared did it, and he was kind of not wanting to when he noticed that Noelle wasn't going to do it anymore. We're getting to the front of the line. He's like, Mom, I don't want to. And then, of course, we do the ride. He's like, that was so fun. So, yeah.
Kids. We were in line for that one log ride forever.
Oh, yeah. And then we turned around and walked out. We never did that one.
So there were several rides there. You buy these credits, and that one had a super long line.
I think it must have been broken at some point because that line didn't make sense with how long it was.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
And then we ate at a restaurant there. The Olympics are going on. We're watching volleyball. Our waiter was really, really nice. And I had this like sausage pizza, and the kids got chicken strips and fries as usual. So, and tacos.
Yes.
We had tacos.
We had tacos.
That was a
different
mix-up. We also spent some time in Minneapolis going to the Target Center and, sorry, I'll mess it up, Target Arena. The baseball and basketball facilities are right next to each other. And so that was a lot of fun because, again, Jared likes, this is stadium number 17 that we have seen on this road trip. He loves Anthony Edwards, who plays for the Minnesota Timberwolves. So we got to go there. And then at the Target field, there's a baseball game happening. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we didn't go in.
No, but from where we were, you could kind of see what was going on.
It was a cool area.
They had a lot of
statue type things.
Statues. They had a lot of like security people there, which was weird. So I recorded my Medicare video there. And then do you remember that they had this like wall of metal things shimmering? So we'll show you a video of that. I thought that was pretty cool. So after we've spent our time in Minneapolis, we head up further into Minnesota to hopefully make our next day's drive shorter. And we stayed in St. Cloud.
Right.
Now, I strategically picked St. Cloud. You're going to learn a little something about Erik here. I used to love Zac Efron based off of the High School Musical videos.
Let's work it.
And there's a movie that he made called Charlie St. Cloud, which, I mean, if we're being honest with each other, is really not a great movie. But
I was worried you were going to be like, is the top movie in the world.
It is the best movie you have ever seen.
I didn't know which way you're going to go on that.
St. Cloud in that movie has nothing to do with St. Cloud in Minnesota, but there is a St. Cloud in Minnesota. That's where you decided to stay. And we just went into that hotel, kind of a smaller town. And then ET Family Travel helped us set that up. So we just arrived. And that's where we tuned in for the night. The kids went swimming a little bit. And that was our experience there. So we will get you with day, whatever it is, coming up next.
We're in the 30s.
30s.
Somewhere.